Hello crafty friends, let's get started. My first craft is using one of those wooden little crates that you get from Dollar Tree, and I'm just painting it with some ivory chalk paint. And I'm just showing you that I'm just mixing a little of the agave chalk paint from Waverly and the ivory color. And just painting, and I'm just loving that blue. It's kind of an in color, especially for pumpkins this year. And then using some antique wax and just going to add that to the ivory pumpkin and the agave pumpkin, just to give it a little dimension and a little life to it. This is nice too because this stuff dries so fast. Then I just took the Sharpie marker and added a little black to that just for more dimension. And this is the back side of that pumpkin, and then the front side, it's got the little cutouts in there. And then I just used some scrap burlap just to put onto the stem, just to give it a little something. And glued that on, just going to glue the blue pumpkin onto the white pumpkin. And I'm using a combination of just some white glue and hot glue. And you've got the short hold stay and the long term stay. And I'm going to put some flowers in here. So I put a little piece of floral foam and just dug around in my flowers and picked out some colors that I thought would look nice and popped them in there. It is just fun when you can see your creations come to life, and just so satisfying, and you just feel like, wow, this is really looking pretty cute. So when I pick out my flowers, I just kind of use everything and I hold it together and I go, this will look good. Here I'm painting one of those little signs with the agave again and just hand printing with my Sharpie, Hello Pumpkin. And I chose to put a little sign in there just to tie everything together. You've got the little blue pumpkin there, and this will kind of anchor everything together as a complete package. And more of the antique wax on there just to make everything look kind of rustic and worn. And here I am just showing you how nice. I really like this one. This is my favorite craft for today, but I've got 3 more. And just going to pop in that little sign. The blues and the oranges are just so pretty. What a neat little container here. Nice little autumn decor. And yeah, it just turned out really cute. This is easy to do. You can do this. All right, DIY number 2 coming right up. These are those burner covers at Dollar Tree. You get 2 in a package, so we're going to use the larger one, and I just coated the whole thing with the Waverly, no, it wasn't Waverly white. It was the Rustoleum linen white, and it took 2 coats. Make sure it's completely dry. And then this is just a really quick one. These are those stick-ons, little stickers that you can get from Dollar Tree, and it's a 2-piece. And so I've been wanting to see how these look. My big question of the day was, what am I going to paint my burner cover? What color to do? So, all this thinking and debating, and ended up just going with a light color because then things will just show through better. But I really did debate between, a pink or a gray. I had other ideas, but all right. And now just put something on the back. I just chose a little string and hot glued that on, and that way you can hang it up. You could put this in an easel and, whatever you think. Or, this would even go inside a wreath if you wanted to. That'd make a very pretty, inside a wreath. Or just leave it as is. And that turned out pretty cute, very quick and easy. DIY number 3. Okay, here we're using that chalk paint again and a scrap piece of wood. I've used this before on a feature wall me and my husband made. We have all these scraps, and so just using them up. Okay, for both of these, I've got another project that I'm using the same color of paint, and it is it's from the Magnolia series, Joanna Gaines. And it shows in the next DIY the color. I cannot think of it right now, but I have it written out so we won't forget. But all I'm doing is I want to show that I added some water in this, and in hindsight, I should have added more water to dilute this. And when you're going and doing these stripes, as you crisscross, those little X's, or not X's, where it crisscrosses there, where I'm actually adding more paint, it should be darker. So I didn't care for that, it didn't, so I just got the sander out, and then I really liked it. And so I added more of the antique wax and, made that kind of grungy looking. Pulled out some of the, the blemishes or whatever. And just putting on some hooks. And this is going to be a key hanger. And my daughter has asked for this, so I'm going to give it to her, and hopefully she'll like this. And this is the long-term and the short-term glues. And just hold that on. The short-term glue will fix that right up and hold it in place so it dries nicely. And I think I may switch out that string and give her like a hanger, a sawtooth hanger. That way it doesn't wiggle, because when I hung the keys up there, it kind of turned. You can see when I hang the key on here. I thought, well, that's not going to work. So we'll switch that out. Yeah, see how that just immediately did that. But it turned out really cute. And last but not least, DIY number 4. I am using a Crest bottle for mouthwash. Took the label off, took off the sticky, and okay, it's called Brush Clay. Brush Clay by Joanna Gaines, Magnolia, and then here's the Pumpkin Waverly chalk paint, using these 2 colors. And if you haven't guessed, I'm going to make a candy corn. So this took 2 coats, and I also did 2 coats of the orange. Going to draw on a face. And all right, so this is where I should have used acrylic paint. I used chalk paint, and it isn't as fluid, and so I struggled a little bit. It turned out okay, but I suggest using just your acrylic paint, and this would go a whole lot smoother. I want to thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I've had such great responses with my crafts. It's very encouraging. I am honored to be, doing this, and it's just so much fun. What a nice platform, to do this, and I'm glad that I'm inspiring you to get crafting. That makes me very happy. You can do this. Take your time. And maybe you want to make a different face. I thought this one was super cute. And of course we need some teeth. And the teeth, they're rotten because she's had so much candy. But she's still cute. All right, now I just thought, well, we're going to finish it up a little bit. I'm using some of that jute string, whatever, in there and just wrapping it around. And then I needed to put some dotted lines in there, like stitches, I mean. Yeah, little trash to treasure. I thought I wanted to make a candy corn, and I was looking around the house. My husband had laid his mouthwash container on the counter, and I was like, well, guess what? You're going to be candy corn. Well, I hope you all enjoy this. I have got so many ideas, stuff coming in the works here, so tune in. Thank you for your encouragement. I appreciate it very much. You have a wonderful weekend. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.